Saudi definitely put them in a race to improve their domestic surveillance capabilities, and we see how advanced they are physically and digitally. And the good examples, and you can see smart city is the way that McKinsey frames it, and then they'll help you build your domestic surveillance capability, right? And they talk AI infrastructure and vision applications, but Saudi, Iran, China, the United States, these are good examples of countries that have really extremely sophisticated domestic surveillance technologies.
Christopher, can I ask you one more question? Who's the bigger traitor, the Congress people and the senators and the president who put us $37 trillion in debt, or Edward Snowden? Thank you.
I mean, that is a what about or this or that. Let's change the topic. We're not even talking about the Congress people, but we could change the topic if you want to go over that.
People who want Edward Snowden prosecuted, aren't those a lot of the same people who are putting us into a massive amount of debt?
I'm not even talking about prosecuting Edward Snowden. I'm talking about supporting him at home if he would have actually been able to go through the process.
I'm just saying Edward Snowden becomes a Pepe, that he becomes a scapegoat for, what you could call the deep state or the establishment, which has essentially created $37 trillion in debt.
Yeah, so we could change the topic. We know that we have problems at home, but I don't think Edward Snowden has anything to do with debt or printing money.
Oh, really? You think that the domestic surveillance system isn't a multi-$100 billion surveillance system that, he was working on, through Booz Allen Hamilton? I mean, it's giant
I didn't say what you just said. I've actually already explained the expansion of the surveillance state all the way to Big Beautiful Bill. I'm not sure why you're changing the topic and putting me in this Snowden.
I'm not putting you in any position. I'm just asking a question. I mean, the Big Beautiful Bill, yes, it keeps funding. I mean, what's the name of the National Surveillance Act? Is that what it is? That they have to reconfirm annually? Is it through the NDAA?
I don't remember the exact legislation, but of course our Congress is an issue and completely separate from Snowden.
Well, anyways, the National Surveillance Act, I believe, is annually reaffirmed. And, why does your Congress just keep, annually recertifying it?
Are you not an American?
No, I'm an American, born and bred.
Why is it my Congress and not our Congress?
Well, I'm just making, an editorial, they or we.
Our
Congress people.
It is, though, brother.
But we vote for our Congress people.
I agree with you, brother. But it's really hard to get Will around.
Wait, why do you think I'm your brother? I mean, based on your PTR, I am not your brother.
But you don't know anything about my PTR.
I don't like it.
It's just a picture in Chicago back on the 4th of July.
Yeah, you look like an anarchist.
That's not me. I'm not the guy in the picture.
Well, you're representing the guy in the picture by being the speaker of the guy, in the picture. It's your PTR. It should represent
I'm not
you.
Speaking for the guy in the picture.
Well, look at my PTR. Then look at Mojo's. I think they pretty accurately
What's wrong with yours,
you.
bro? I'm from Colorado Springs. We probably got a lot in common. What's wrong with you?
I'm just saying I don't like your PTR. I think it's disrespectful, anarchical, and, looks like an Antifa scumbag.
I'm not judging your PTR for trying to represent multiple national identities. You're the one trying to create separation between us.
I'm just saying we might not be brothers, and therefore, it's not, our Congress.
We are, though, but you can create the separation. That's up to you, my brother.
Well, did you answer the survey previously? Did you vote for Kamala and Tim Walz?
No, brother. And honestly, I've never been a Democrat, so I don't know why you're.
Did you vote for Trump, brother?
Talking to me.
Did you vote for Trump, brother?
I voted for Trump before.
Did you vote for
Trump before?
You never voted for Trump before, brother?
No, I have.
Oh, so twice. You voted for him twice, brother?
No, I didn't vote for him twice.
All right, well, then we're not brothers.
I know. You're one of those people that separate yourself from the other parts of society and elevates your own perspective, but you're trying to represent two national.
You might be projecting, brother. You might be projecting there, brother.
How do you split? How do you balance out two national identities? Are you also a dual citizen?
Well, you see, I'm an American, born and bred, but my daddy's side of the family, they Jewish. And so I love Jews and I love
I didn't say
Israel.
shit about religion, bro. I said nation.
Yeah, I know. Israel is the Jewish nation. It's the homeland of the Jews.
So are you American?
I'm American, brother.
Yeah, so we make Americans make room for all these different perspectives. That's one of our values.
We're American.
Exactly. So we got to make room for our brothers that think they need to have multiple national identities as well. I think it's a part of our core values.
I say, be who you want to be. If you want to be an Antifa, good luck with that. Good luck with that. Live by the sword. You're gonna die by the sword.
I'm not Antifa, bro.
Then what are you, brother?
I think he's a Proud Boy.
I'm not a Proud Boy, but that could have been when I was younger.
Well, what are you now, brother? If you were the king of America and emperor supreme, what would you do for your people, brother?
I've never contemplated an emperor in this goddamn country.
Well, if you were the
Did you go to
president,
January 6th? Were you there on January 6th, Christopher?
No, I wasn't there on January 6th.
well, if you were the president, brother, what would you do for we the people?
All I'm trying to say is I could put a similar picture of Steve Bannon last week, and then people would make that assumption, and then they would say I'm this or that. It doesn't even matter what my picture is if you're not trying to get to know me.
Well, then
Anyways.
I'll respectfully, stop asking you any more questions. I did want to ask another question because we do talk about the public debt quite a bit in this room, the unfunded liabilities and the funded liabilities. But what about all that private debt that Americans are contending with?
I don't even say axe. So now you're just being a racist.
No, I'm saying I'm going to ask Grok right now, how much outstanding private debt is there? Meaning credit cards, mortgage obligations, car payments, medical liabilities. What is the total outstanding number of debt in the private marketplace?
What is it, like 5 trillion, 6 trillion?
Yeah.
Potentially, but a lot of that is mortgages.
Mortgages. Credit is probably about 3 trillion, I bet, consumer credit. But shit, I think my picture's more American than yours is, John.
Really? You think being a black masked vagrant in the street with a middle finger up swearing at police is more patriotic than a man wearing a Trump hat, wearing a book, holding a book that says the book of the law with an American flag and a Freemasonic apron and an Israeli flag and a veteran flag? You think your PTR is more patriotic than my PTR?
I do, though. I definitely do, especially since the individual is only representing themselves, not multiple nations.
Well, I got to tell you, I do not like foreign aid, but if there's one country on this planet that I want to send as much foreign aid to, it is Israel, the land of the Jews.
You just contradicted yourself.
Well, I've been to Israel many times, and I know they are surrounded on every sector except the ocean by Islamic terrorists, jihadists that want to kill them and take their land. And therefore, I feel sending at least maybe $100 billion of our NDAA to the Israeli government so they can buy as many weapons as they possibly can and train as many soldiers as they possibly can to defend their country against Islamic, jihadist, Muslim, Mohammedan terrorists.
Yes, and to commit genocide.
No, defend Israel against Mohammedan, Islamic, jihadist terrorists.
That's the idealistic perspective on Israel, but I understand what you're saying.
Oh, thanks, brother. Thanks for confirming what I'm saying. I'm glad you agree with me now.
No, I didn't say I agree. I understand that you have foreign interest on your heart and that you advocate for sending money to other countries to carry out genocide.
Well, have you ever owned a house that became infected with bed bugs or ants and you had to buy insecticide to deal with, the invasion?
Yeah, brother, I'm not down for that. Humans are not bugs.
No, I agree with you. But unfortunately, when the Palestinians on a weekly basis shoot rockets over into all your major cities for years and years and years, I mean, this was the straw that broke the camel's back. It's called October 7th. And unfortunately, it's supernova Gaza.
Yeah, that's one way to think about it. But anyways, I normally don't embrace the dual citizen, dual nationality perspective in domestic politics. It's foreign influence. That's all I'm trying to say.
I agree, but I'm
We
just
do have,
saying,
like,
based on the
we do
averages,
have foreigners that do respect our political institutions, and they don't try to lobby them for interest abroad.
oh, like
So I do
like
appreciate those
Iran,
folks.
like Iran, like Russia. You think these countries don't try to buy political influence in this country all the time, every day,
No, it's a
every
highly competitive
Saudi
political
Arabia,
environment. We have tons of foreign influence coming
UAE,
into the country.
Dubai.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be any different than them, so I'm not even sure why you're saying that.
Well, I'm just an American like you, brother.
No, you got two flags behind you. I only got one.
Really, where's your flag? Is it the kafia?
See, who is this guy? He's being a racist, bigot, rude motherfucker, and I've actually never worn a keffiyeh. I'm not Muslim, and you need to watch how you talk around here.
He's a troll, Christopher.
I know, but he's a dumb
Oh, I'm not a
motherfucker.
troll. I mean, he's slanging some real insults here. I didn't get petty like you and start insulting you the way you're insulting me. You're no gentleman, sir.
Yeah, you just running your fucking mouth, boy.
Well, there we go. You're no gentleman.
I'm not. I never claimed to be. I'm not like you. I'm not fake as fuck.
All right, sir. Well, I respect gentlemen.
I'm sure that we're not in the same league, my brother, so that's good to know.
Well, you, sir, are no gentleman.
And I don't think you have to be Antifa to be on some fuck the police shit. Like, I was never associated with Antifa growing up. I was associated with a bunch of military veterans and former law enforcement and security professionals, and that's where I developed my own viewpoint on fuck the police.
Well, thus, you are associated with some of the lowest IQ people in society today.
No, definitely very smart people that defended the country and also went out and put the badge on and did as good as they could for the American public. And only represented one flag, the American flag. That was the only flag that was allowed in my household.
All or nothing, huh?
No, we were just taught that we were Americans and that America was the priority.
Well, I say America first, Israel second.
Yeah, I never grew up like that, but I understand that some people did.
Well, you're no gentleman, and I really don't like your PTR. I think it's vulgar, immature, unprofessional, and downright disgusting.
That's no problem. I understand that.
I mean, aren't you a
This flag right
contrarian?
here.
You say you come from a family of police officers and military men and women, but yet, you are supporting a PTR which shows a miscreant in the street, a radical anarchist flipping off the police.
I mean, I would flip the police off too if it was necessary. And I'm not a radical anarchist. So.
Well, is that from the summer of love in 2020 when the BLM stormed all the grocery stores and convenience shops and looted the city, causing chaos and murders everywhere?
It was the 4th of July in Chicago in 2025. No, this flag right here.
When is it necessary to flick off the police, though?
It depends on your politics. This flag right here, this is a picture of a flag that I saw at the Art Museum in Washington, D.C., right down from the Capitol. And obviously all the museums that are institutional and they're free to us because we pay an outrageous amount of money to the federal government. But this flag was in the Art Museum in Washington, D.C. The museum's on Pennsylvania.
So, Christopher, Do you think that feeding baby parts to alligators as opposed to just discarding them in the garbage would be a more effective use of abortion?
I don't even understand the structure of that question, but I do get that you're trying to project your worldview by leading the witness.
Uh, I'm just saying to waste to kill 60,000 children in this country a month and not use the baby parts to feed the alligators.
Yeah, makes sense.
Are there no moderators left in this room? What's going on here? We're letting John run the show?
I'm just
today?
asking, what is a patriot?
Hold on. So far, nobody's violating any rules. We have short shares. Nobody's speaking over each other. Nobody's using the N-word. We're all speaking English. No doxing, no threat. I mean, we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty moderate.
Fair enough. This is entertaining. I just didn't know if y'all were there. Hey, what's up?
Can I just say to whoever said, why would you ever need to give the fingers or give the cops the finger? As a Canadian, we can't do that here. You could actually, in Quebec anyways, you could be arrested for giving the cops the finger. And as a Canadian, that sounds like the most badass, most American thing you could do is give the cops the finger. And so, as a Canadian, I just can't, I wish I could do that, and you shouldn't say that.
Thank you, Jarl. And we don't live in a motherfucking police state. We ain't subservient to these goddamn law enforcement agencies. So anybody that teaches you that we are is a propaganda.
Well, see, my father was a police officer, and I have served myself in the military. So there's just, proper behavior. I mean, if you're going to protest, be smart about it. Get involved in politics. Do some marketing online. But to go in the street and waste your time flicking off some cop on a midnight shift, you're a fucking loser.
The picture wasn't at midnight, and there was a whole line of police. And it was 12 o'clock in the afternoon on Dearborn Street.
Great. I'm just saying, if you walk around downtown Chicago in masks, flipping off cops and taking photos of yourself so you can come on a social audio chat up and say how badass you are a loser.
I know, but nobody's doing that here. That's not me in the photo.
I'm just saying, be smart about your protest activities if you want change.
I'm not a protester, but okay, bro.
Okay, sorry, brother. I guess I'm just really inferring.
Yeah, fuck the police. Completely agree with
All
that.
right, well, I'm canceling your boat invite tomorrow at noon, Hekima. You can F the police by yourself.
You never shot the location anyway, so stop. Let's cut it out.
Fight the power.
I was going to campaign for you in Rockford. You can cut it. I got a lot of.
Okay, you know what? F the police, Hekima. You know what? I'll put that as one of my slogans. My constituent and campaign volunteer Hekima says, F the police. Do you agree with Hekima?
Just like a politician. Good job.
It's hard to find support these days. That's right. I'm running for Congress. And, I thought about this.
That's the gag.
I thought about this today. If I was the leader, what would I do for my people? Well, I'll tell you what I want to do for them. One is I want to lower their taxes, their property taxes, their income taxes. And you know what? I want to eliminate some public debt. And maybe we can eliminate some private debt. Because if I was really interested in the well-being of my people, I wouldn't want them to have to pay so much to me, their government.
So, Christopher, in the spirit of, John being having ambitions for Congress, he is in the spirit, you got to dress the part first, right? So, in the spirit of wanting to be an elected politician, like a true politician, he continues to change the subject.
Oh, now, John, where are you running for office?
In the great congressional district of 16 in Illinois. That's Rockford, Peoria, Bloomington, Normal.
Okay, brother, I'm here in Chicago, so I'll look out for you.
Great, brother. Keep going to more protests and keep taking more photos of yourself telling the police to F off so I can give it to Hekima, my campaign manager.
I do got a shit ton of family and friends in Rockford, though.
Well, let's rock out Rockford. I say vote Kitover before the financial collapse is over.
Thanks for your service, John.
I'm just trying to figure out, however, Mr. John.
Wait, Nye, before you go, when people say, I want to thank you for your service, I like to say, don't thank me. Thank all the people that died fighting for your freedom in Afghanistan and Iraq and Somalia and Syria and Yemen and maybe the tips of Iran, wherever else this army went. Thank them. I'm here as a healthy, wealthy man trying to get into office. Don't thank me. Thank the dead soldiers who have kept your freedom and liberties possible.
Well, the dead soldiers, my friends and family, but certainly not protecting freedom. But that's a cool narrative that they used to push back in the day.
So, John, I have a question. Let me let Hakima go. No, please.
Nah, we talk at the same time. Don't do that now.
I'm just saying that.
I would agree with Chris, but that's all. You got it.
I just want to know, like, who's involved? Someone breaks into your house, Christopher.
Ghostbusters.
Who do I call if somebody breaks into my house? Well, I grew up in Colorado, so we got the make my day law, so we could just pull our gun out and execute that person on our property without going through any legal proceedings.
But don't you live in Chicago?
I live in a high-rise with security, so nobody's breaking into my apartment.
Do you own a gun, Christopher? Are you a gun owner?
Yeah, but I don't hold any in Chicago. I got them all back in Colorado. Too much liability out here.
I was about to say, in Chicago, I don't think so.
Hold on, I'm in Chicago, Cook County. I got a shit.
That's their point, man.
No, I mean, I could transfer them. I just choose not to. I choose to pay for security and high rise, that kind of shit. That's all. But I definitely agree with you, Ekama.
We got concealed carry out here. What you talking about? There's no ban on guns.
I know, but it's too much liability for me. But I definitely
I was letting her know that she was acting like this.
Christopher.
I never said there was a ban on any guns, did I? I didn't hear those words come out.
Christopher, you had another profile on this app like a couple of years ago, right? And I think you did like a debate with Peter Schiff.
Yeah, I debated Peter and a whole bunch of other people. I mean, there's so many to name. Sam, the deterministic neuroscientist. Eric Weinstein, who's awesome, by the way. There are so many people.
Did you debate Psalm?
I don't remember that name. There was lots of heads of state.
No, you wouldn't have talked to Sam. Sam's like this metrosexual fucking European pop singer guy that it would read from books, and he would be in a conservative clubhouse space, and everybody thought that he had all these original ideas when he would just read to people. Sam is one of the dumbest people that's ever been on this app. Anyways.
Peter's a nice guy, though. I like Peter.
Yeah, Peter Schiff's great.
So how do you view Peter Schiff? Because to me, he kills two birds with one stone by being an asset manager and say, hey, the economy is going to crash. The dollar's going to go to nothing. Your purchasing power is going nowhere. They're inflating the money supply. Invest with me. Invest in my gold asset management platform. Like, do you view him as being just Peter, and like that's the game and he's very smart?
No, John, I agree with your critique. I brought it up too. But he's still a nice guy.
Well, what I'm saying is, like, technically all communication is hypnosis. So is the Federal Reserve just a communication organization that can happen to wire transfer hundreds of billions of dollars to BlackRock?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I mean, I don't think that his if the status quo is the status quo in the future now, I mean, gold stocks are going to be where they're at right now. Like, there's never going to be some 1000x on, Newmont Mining or Kinross Gold Corp. So I think to like not diversify is, a bad investment approach, but
I agree with you. it's a rhetorical tactic, like you said, to drive people to make allocations with him. But he's good at it.
Yeah,
Hey, Raj, I'm disappointed you didn't put my PTI in the running. Like I said, you might want to take another look at my PTI and put it in. I think that's just as patriotic. But I still think Christopher might win, though.
What's amazing about Euro Pacific Capital and Peter Schiff is he makes claims and says things that no other major bank or investment firm can possibly make.
Example.
Wells Fargo Wealth Advisors would never issue press releases and create podcasts about how the Federal Reserve is creating an artificial, equity bubble, and go on and on about taxes and inflation and the value of the dollar, the history of the Federal Reserve. Like, they're never going to create content or discuss any of these things because it's all just branded marketing communication. And so Peter Schiff, has an advantage there.
So Peter's interesting. I like him a lot, but his dad is the legend. For those of you that don't know his dad, you guys should go read the book, The Federal Mafia. It's one of the best books ever written about why we should push back against taxation.
I'll check it out. And Hekima, are you in Chicago?
Yeah.
We'll have to link up.
I'm in the south suburbs, but we definitely can link up.
Okay, I was on the southwest side earlier today for action that was in Bridgeville, Illinois.
Why don't you guys all meet up at the campaign headquarters for John Kitover?
I mean, if John invites us.
Yeah, you guys can come out on my sailboat for the slip that I can't afford to pay. And I'm walking away from my boat in October, so we got a couple more months to enjoy the Lady Hawk rent free.
I am not getting on the sailboat with John Kitover. That would not happen.
John, what slip are you in? Which
I'm at Montrose Harbor, and they got a great restaurant there called the Dock Restaurant, and girls are already in the bikinis.
I'm by DuSable Harbor.
Okay, you changed my mind. I'll show up.
And anyway, how could you not trust John? There's always a camera on him at all times. You're safe.
He might be one of them serial killers that record his victims, so that might be it too.
No, that's his subscription service. You got to pay extra for that. That's an experience.
If I
get too drunk and he gets too comfortable.
Yeah, all the videos is like an insurance policy, because if I ever disappear, at least I'll be on 30 cell phones still.
John, did you get on the ballot yet?
No, just getting on the ballot is the huge challenge. I know. They challenge every single signature, and if you don't actually door knock and have the address list, good luck getting the required number of signatures at grocery stores. It's got to be Republican voters. They've got to be in the database. Their signature has to match perfectly. Their name has to match. It is the biggest fucking scam and the most ridiculous obligations they put on candidates to get onto the ballots or the primary.
I got on the ballot in the last cycle, but I took a different approach.
Hey, John, do you know who Mark Rice is?
Yeah, I know Mark, yeah.
Is he like in the same district as you, or no? I know he's also running for Congress too. So
yeah, he's running in 13, I think. He ran against Raja Krishnamurti in the last cycle, and Raja won. But Raja's running now for senator, and this guy blankets the airwaves. I mean, he's got $30 million, and he just blankets. Everybody sees this Indian guy holding up his fist, saying, "I stand up to Trump. I fight Trump. Resist Trump." I mean, that's the type of messaging he puts out, and he thinks that's what people want to hear to vote for him.
It might be in this fucking state.
Well, what I'm saying is the message doesn't matter. Buying the medium is what matters. Owning the signal, but what you put out doesn't even seem to fucking matter, because that's not a very, that's not a great direct response advertisement. I mean, there's a lot of different messaging he could put out, but instead he chooses to attack Trump in his advertisements.
Yeah, it's pretty lame.
that state.
Yeah, that's true. At least in the Chicago metro. That wouldn't work in like central or southern Illinois.
See, he's got a lot of Indians. There's a lot of Indians in Chicago, and if you could organize the Indians in Chicago, I mean, that's like millions of voters. I had a friend in high school whose father was a very successful entrepreneur, but guess what his business was? Is he had a travel agency, and he flew over about 100,000 Indians into the Chicagoland area, resettled them. Amazingly, they got citizenship. He started a radio, he started a newspaper, started an Indian grocery store. So people have made a lot of money on what you might call illegal immigration, but everybody's very successful. They got great families. They're not high in the crime rackets. So, God bless all the Patels and Krishnamurtis, but there's a lot of them in Chicago.
You don't think the majority of them on H-1Bs?
There's a lot of
majority of them
H-1Bs.
on H-1B visas, John?
No, I think back in the 80s, there was this H-1B visa was bullshit. People just came over and through immigration lawyers or however they did it, they got citizenship. But they're the best, Who do you think is working for the semiconductor manufacturers, the cell phone manufacturers? It's all these electrical engineers, and a lot of their last names are Patel.
Oh, shit, John. You cracked me up.
Has the Indian population been growing like exponentially, like in the last couple years, or what's the
Not
trend?
exponentially. It's on a it's hitting a plateau right now because a lot of domestic U.S. companies have paused hiring for anybody that's not a U.S. citizen. It's even the big Deloittes or Accentures of the world. So it's a plateau, and it was never exponential. It's always been a small minority population in the labor force.
Wait, are you that guy that got let go from Accenture 2 years ago and still doesn't have a job?
No, I've never worked for a Big Four consulting.
You're a software developer, right?
No, I'm not a software engineer.
So what do you do?
I'm in the tech industry. I started a technology company.
What does your company do?
It's like a combination of media and hyper-local political risk.
Oh, got it. You got a spam business.
I mean, I'm taking political structures and transforming them into mathematical models. I've got clients on Wall Street, so.
Well, mazel tov. Do you know what the source of income is?
Which source of income?
I'm asking you, what is the source of income?
My source of income?
What is the general source of income?
Alternative data.
So alternative data is the source of income?
For my business, yeah.
Got it. Okay.
It's a pretty big market, to be honest with you, and it's global.
Well, how do you increase your income? Does that mean you have to increase your data set?
No, it's more about extracting the data and supplying it to the consumers in a way that works for their business. Some businesses have less technical competency, so then it's better to supply them with a platform where they can do sort of like drag and drop analytics. And then obviously I'm fine tuning that to whatever use case they have. It's not just financial firms. It could be like lobbying, corporate security, activist, and community organizations.
But if you want to increase your income, what adjustments would you have to make?
Adjustments to
your model. If you want to increase your income, what adjustments are you going to make?
It's a startup, so it's unknown.
Got it. Because I read a book about what the source of income is, and so I was just wondering if your thoughts and opinions might align with what I read in what's called a book.
I haven't read that book.
It's called The Book of Income.
I'm sure it's interesting.
It is. It's got a lot of wisdom-based approaches to increasing your income.
Yeah, there's different ways to do it. I get that. But for this, it's more about, can I commercialize novel technology? And there's not really a way to predict that. You just take the risk and eat shit, or you don't.
Have you used Polymarket to do any type of data analysis on your income potential?
You know when the scene Spy versus Spy? Like, remember the old cartoon? That's what this reminds me of right now in this moment. This is like troll versus troll. Like, I'm cracking the fuck up laughing right now.
I'm not trolling, though. Maybe John is trolling, but I'm not trolling.
See, people...
Yeah, I don't see Chris trolling at all.
Chris, it's because...
I don't see John trolling at all. Like, he might be known as one, but I don't see him trolling right now.
I know, I'm having some fun here, but you may not call this trolling. This may be, like, I call it like petting, or, I would call this like petting. Petting at a barbecue, of course. Chris, have you ever self-roasted yourself?
You mean like make fun of myself?
Yeah, self-deprecating humor. I mean, have you ever like been the topic of a roast?
Oh, for sure.
Hillary, I need a full-frame camera.
No, Chris, you meant stick a pipe up your ass and out your mouth and stick yourself over a fire.
No, I've never done that.
That's the kind of shit.
Only risk can come with that, though.
Well, he had to pause and think about it because he's so autistic. He's like, does he mean like
Chris,
roast myself or like self-deprecating?
Chris, I recently got an invite to the Bohemian Grove. I'm wondering if you want to be my +1.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a place in the forests of California outside of San Francisco where a group of elites get together to do the care ritual. Do you know what the care ritual is?
Doesn't sound like my style, but I'm not familiar.
It's basically like an invocation to remove all care of the outside world. So when you're in the Bohemian Grove, you're not thinking about what's happening outside of Bohemian Grove. It's called the care ritual.
They also pretend to sacrifice a virgin. I mean, they don't do it anymore, but...
Well, no, because who can find a virgin these days?
Yeah, I know, right? Well, the Mohammedans can, but they start early.
I'm a virgin.
Yeah, I'm just saying the Muslims do, but they have to start really young.
Sorry, autocorrect. What did you mean to say? What, Kristen?
I'm a virgin.
Okay. As one of your best friends, I will absolutely go along with whatever lie you tell me I need to tell to other people. So, guys, she is a virgin. Virgo? Is it Virgo? Okay, no.
Say that, Hillary.
Okay.
I'm a virgin too, Kristen.
I know. We virgins have to stick together.
So I got a question about the title of the room. What is a patriot? I was watching the movie Patriot with Mel Gibson, and I was thinking, like, is patriotism a mental health disorder? Because, he rebelled against that Lord Cornwallis and murdering all these people, but then he's got that asshole guy, the dragoon who's, a madman. So, like, what is a patriot?
It's kind of subjective, though, because one person might say it's a patriot, but I think by definition, like, stand up for your country, fight for your country, but that can especially in America, can come in different variations. So I don't think there's no one definition in America of a patriot. Well, based on if there was a dictionary definition, I know what it will be, but I'm not necessarily, I wouldn't necessarily agree with it.
Well, is George Carlin a patriot? Is who's that other fat comedian, the Screamer, Sam Kinison? Are they patriots?
No. I think Frederick Douglass is a patriot.
Lenny Bruce was a patriot.
Muhammad Ali was a patriot.
That's right.
Is Jerry Seinfeld a patriot, or is he a Zionist?
people's views on nationality.
Well, he's the most successful stand-up comic of all time with a net worth of over $1 billion from the residuals of Seinfeld.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a great comedian. I don't think he's spoken much on national identity.
Oh, really? You didn't know that he's a target of the Free Palestine psychopaths?
No, I'm saying he's a great comedian, and I haven't heard him speak much on patriotism.
Is Ilhan Omar a patriot, John? Is Rashida Tlaib a patriot?
AOC's a patriot.
Rashida's a patriot in her own way. Same with AOC.
What about Ilhan Omar?
She's cool. I don't like her politics much, but if you can step up and run for office and get elected, I'm cool with that.
How come nobody waves anymore when you let them in traffic? What happened to that? Nobody does a little polite, like, thank you, Amy.
I do. All the
Thank
time.
you. Thank you for that.
You might be in the wrong state or city. It happens someplace.
You know, I asked Mojo yesterday, is war just a late-term abortion? And so when I look at the word genocide and I think about eugenicists and the genetics and the destruction of life, I sometimes wonder, is 60,000 U.S. American baby abortions, versus the 60,000 dead children in Gaza, is it not just all a monthly genocide?
No, because genocide is the elimination of a particular sect, race, religion, something like that. And the other is all babies. You're considering all babies. So.
Yeah,
No,
one's a Holocaust.
month to month.
One's a genocide, one's a Holocaust.
Oh, I see. So, like what Stalin said, if the numbers are big enough, they're just statistics. Well, was the COVID?
John, when you were talking about CARE, were you talking about the Council on American Islamic Relations?
No, that's funny though. But
That's what the chat was talking about, so I wasn't sure.
No, the care ritual is something they do at that supposedly Republican conservative retreat. But no.
That's weird.
CARE, the Council on Islamic Foreign Relations or whatever it is. I'm sure they don't care about America. And a lot of people here, they don't like AIPAC. But there's about, 10 other groups that you might not like that do foreign, lobbying on behalf of their governments or their terrorist regimes.
I like CARE.
I bet you do.
I like turtles.
Go banana. That's why I asked you if you knew what 565 times 1,000 was. I needed to do a quick diagnostic, but I know you don't care. You just care.
I'm cool with CARE in Chicago. They're a good group of people over there.
Are there any young Jewish women in that organization?
I haven't checked, but I'll ask them.
Yeah, you ask them.
I'll ask them and see what they say.
All I'm doing now is thinking about the Care Bear and the Care Bear cousins and the We Care. Which, by the way, that cartoon was terrifying and I had nightmares for years. Just saying.
You know what else is a genocide? The gun violence in America, in all the major cities.
We have a new poll.
Hillary, this gift is for you and all the other birds.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it. I love you.
I love you.
much happening. Can you guys just stop?
Wait, what? Why do people think intent?
And we love Rachel and Jennifer.
Roger, she loves you too.
Why do you think intent? Intent is just the thought. It's not even the action. I mean, mass deaths.
It's followed by the action.
I get it. Thought, action, outcome, remain silent.
Intense is where you have sex when you're camping, right?
That was the first place for me. Is my nightly ritual a genocide? Billions of lost opportunities?
No, because only one of them may have possibly reached its goal, and yeah, no, you're good.
What's your nightly ritual, John?
Why?
What do you think it is? It's a positive vibration,
He
obviously.
does a lot of yoga.
It's a positive vibration.
His daily, nightly ritual is to bore people to death. So yes, it would be considered a genocide. In with the breath. Out with the breath.
When you get to either women or the Federal Reserve, you have talked and heard every topic that could ever possibly be talked about on this app.
Give us the breathing exercise, John.
Well, Christopher, maybe you could lead us in a breathing meditation.
That's not my scene.
So you're just always full of anxiety, huh?
That's why he flips up the cops.
That wasn't me, but I wouldn't be afraid to tell the cops to fuck themselves.
Way to bring it back full circle, nonetheless.
100%.
I mean, what kind of a young person goes up to cops and just says, hey, go fuck yourself? Like, what kind of piece of trash are you?
I don't think it makes you a piece of trash. It's protected speech.
Well, what I'm saying is it's projection. So, like, if you're going to call somebody a name, it's really just your self-confidence, which is lacking. I mean, a wise person doesn't, gossip or say anything bad about anybody or do that kind of behavior. Like, are you trying to improve the world by example?
That's an ideal.
Well, don't tell me, show me. And when you flick cops off, you're showing me.
Those cops in your background to F off.
I know. What the they're ruining my recording over here. Could you go save that person's life in the South Side who's dying because there's no shot spotter and now we don't know how many shootings are actually happening and now you're claiming that the crime statistics are going down and there's less murders because you got rid of the shot spotter? I mean, come on.
It was a poor implementation of ShotSpotter, though.
Yeah, well, you can't lie and say less people are dying when they put out the shooting and the casualty report every weekend. The numbers aren't going down.
Hey, John, the numbers are down. I don't know what. I meant to say something earlier. You said crime is rampant in Chicago. That's just simply not true. You got spots where it happening, but like saying that crime is up or rampant, that we need the National Guard. I won't say disingenuous, but I just flat out lying.
Okay, let me get you the weekly shooting statistics. Please hold.
Heckama, he don't live in Chicago, so everybody be talking, but they ain't standing here with us. You feel me?
Damn, G. Let me get you those crime stats. Heckama, please hold.
Yeah, he don't live in Chicago.
When the next wave of police cars and ambulances come driving by, I'll be sure to unmute so you can all hear the crime real time.
Yeah. But the ShotSpotter implementation was poor, and what happens is you map the occurrence of the shot to where you should distribute your police force, but over time, the machine learning reinforces the police posture, not necessarily where the occurrence of crime is going to happen, because they haven't been able to come up with a machine learning model that can predict where crime is going to occur. So ShotSpotter really just drives over policing in certain neighborhoods. That's what it does.
That's what it does. I'm lying in the street. I got a bullet in my heart. I'm bleeding all over the street. Somebody call 911. Oh, I dropped my cell phone. Oh, I wish ShotSpotter was here. Oh, it could save my life.
I don't think ShotSpotter saved anybody's lives, but that's good propaganda. Plus, you have to remember, it's hard to tell that when there's false positives, because there's only so much that you can do with acoustic technology. So, I mean, there's other things that create false
Christopher,
positives that aren't even gunshots, like a firework.
Christopher, let me ask you a question. What does the term restorative justice mean to you?
John, you should come into the city. I'll give you my address.
You want me to come in the come?
No, come into the city and I'll give you my address. You can talk like that to my face.
Okay, if you give me your address, I'll come over to your house and ask you in the flesh, what does restorative justice mean to you?
Son, you're funny.
Does Christopher know John's backstory and history or not?
So Wednesday at the Rodin Library in Chicago on Northwest Highway, 3 Democrat commissioners will be holding an open public gathering to discuss restorative justice.
I have a question. Hey guys.
Hello.
Sorry, the person that says act, why do they do that? Are they making fun of black people that can't speak proper English?
That's exactly what they're doing.
Okay, well, it's tiresome, but I'll leave.
Why'd you say tiresome?
Wait, before you leave, Rachel.
My mom was an English teacher before you start. Okay?
Rachel, before you leave and cast aspersions.
So I just wanted to know, and that's
Rachel, you asked me a question. I'm gonna respond to what you asked.
Right. Well, it's okay. It sounds so ignorant from a politician, in my opinion.
Well, Rachel, I'm just asking the question, do you control your emotions or does your environment control your emotions? Thank you for considering the question.
I didn't hear the question because I can't get past the grammar.
I'm asking.
Rachel, John can't even get on the ballot.
I'm asking you a stoic principle here. Do you control your emotions or does your environment control your emotions?
As I said earlier, I can't hear the question because I'm trying to listen to the...
Okay, listen closely. I'm going to ask the question again.
I'm not going to answer it.
Oh, okay. Got it. Well, I needed to confirm you weren't going to answer it. Otherwise, I was going to ask it again.
John, she's coming up and correcting your grammar and your phrase.
Not at all.
She says tarsome, like tar feather.
I said tar. I may have had something in my mouth, my retainer, sir. I know proper English. I'm not trying to correct. I'm just saying that we have a listening experience sometimes, and sometimes it's just overdone.
The rule of 3. It's funny. 3 times. That either you have to go like 10 times to really hammer it in, and then it becomes kind of funny again. But no, after 3, I agree with you. You gotta chill for a minute.
No, I agree, but every time people start,
right? How Clubhouse limits us from tinning one individual too many emojis. It's very similar along those lines because it's tired.
The first rule about Axe Club is do not ask about Axe Club. Otherwise, the people are going to ask about Axe Club.
But we're not watching for emojis, but we're listening. We're doing other things, and we're just, but carry on.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, Rachel. If you were president of the United States, what would you do for your people?
things, I don't know. I have to think about it for a second. I'm not going to be like everyone else and just spit out something. I'm going to have to think about that for a minute.
We'll take some deep breaths, let it go, and say, I am a flower.
Deep breaths. Nothing's going on with me. I'm very relaxed. I just left
The quickest way to piss off any woman on the face of this planet is tell that woman to calm down.
Calm down. It's just, it's just my first interaction. I wasn't trying to be weird or rude, but your first interaction with someone shouldn't be the way that you're trying to treat me.
You've interacted with them multiple times.
And Rachel, he's not a real politician. He's a wannabe. He can't even get on the fucking ballot.
I'm running.
I don't know.
I'm running for the 16th district of Illinois. I'm praying to God that with a few donations from my clown house friends, we'll be able to hire enough organizers on the ground to get the signatures, to get on the ballot in the primary in March. And it's going to be because I've got this great hidden asset behind me, pushing me to the finish line. That's called Clown House. And I hope you all have a beautiful and happy, positive mojo vibration this beautiful Saturday night.
Like, I am hardcore meditating on it, and I have manifested this for you. Therefore, it is going to happen. Period.
Wait, I have a question for the congressman. So are you treating this, because I honestly, I'm not trying to be funny. I don't know when you're being serious.
Maybe I'm trying to be funny.
No, this is a very serious question, sir. Very serious question. Are you treating this so-called political campaign like a social experiment as you are doing with Clown House, aka Clubhouse? Is this part of a bigger project, like a social commentary about the political?
I think if you're ever to move up in the food chain or the power structure, you can't just kill 2 birds with one stone. You got to kill 3 birds with one stone, 4 birds with one stone, 5 birds with one stone.
Kinky Free you can just kill 2 birds and then they get stoned.
I just want to feed the birds.
I'm saying, what they ever do to you, man? Why's everyone trying to kill birds?
Wait, Christopher, I'd like you to expound on why he can't get on the ballot.
He already explained that he can't raise the financial resources and get the signatures, so he's not going to make it in the primary. He's not going to get on the ballot for the primary.
That's what Obama told Donald Trump, and look where Donald Trump's at right now, Christopher.
Yeah, I'm saying you already told us that you can't get on the ballot.
Future tense or past tense?
John, are you taking bets if you're going to get on the ballot or not?
No, I'm not taking any
I'm down
bets.
to put in for that.
You guys can make some bets around it if you want. You feel free.
I already told you, I've manifested. I've lit a candle and everything. So it's in the bag. That's like take it to the bank.
You see, you can't lose. You can't lose when you got nothing to lose. It's the best part about my campaign. I'm my campaign manager and the treasurer of the campaign to elect John Kitover. Go to johnforcongress.com. Uh-oh, more police sirens here in Chicago, everybody. Must have been another murder on a Saturday night. Call out the National Guard. How dare you? How dare you?
When's the deadline to get on the ballot?
He's insane. I love him.
What's the deadline, Joe?
That's a good question. If it's in March, what do you think? Like February, maybe?
I know.
I'd also like to know where I can find the actual ballots because I've been Googling that and I can't even find the ballots that I need to get filled out. No, I'm running for real, but I'm having some campaign issues here because my campaign manager just got a divorce, unfortunately. Yeah, he can't do any work for me anymore. He just got divorced. He's all bent out of shape. Well, Heckema, do you want the job? You want to be my campaign manager? I'd be willing to give you the job as the campaign manager.
No, you don't have enough money,
Christopher, do you want to be the campaign manager here that gets John for Congress?
For me being a campaign manager for a racist, crazy dude, that would cost a lot.
A racist, crazy dude. You're projecting, sir. You are projecting.
I can't afford to be associated with John.
Heckema, I want to say something personal.
You are a Morris Knights Temple of American.
Heckema, you may not believe this.
Person on this fucking app.
Heckema, you.
Following your fucking pedophile fucking prophet and your death.
My prophet name is Noah Riley, and you got nothing
It's also Muhammad and your God.
You know, gentlemen, please, it's Saturday evening, gentlemen. Let's be gentlemen. Gentlemen, please, gentlemen, decorum, gentlemen, decorum, Heckema, you may not know this, Heckema, but I was Messy, please.
Everyone meet up. Don't make me read the rules. Go look at the house rules. Reference rule number 5. Thank you.
Sean, go get Larry Rizzolano.
Larry Rizzolano? What about Dr. Vinny Boom Bots?
I said Larry Rizzolano.
You know, Heckema, you may not know this about me, but I was baptized by a black preacher in the YMCA in Evanston. So if you think I'm a racist, but I would let a black man dip me under the water for an untold amount of time and then lay his hands upon me and give me the power of the Holy Spirit, Heckema, you may be projecting when you call John Kitover a racist, sir. You are no gentleman.
Also, Nye, what
It's such a projectionist, Heckema. After what I just said to you, you can't even consider what I just said.
What's that, Rich?
Are we using the classical definition of racism in the belief that one's race is superior to another? Are you using the power and all this kind of liberal shit?
No, I'm saying the fact that he doesn't.
No, wait, he's addressing me. Hold on.
He doesn't drop the N-word like.
Fatima, shut the fuck up.
That's what I was saying. No, Rich, I was just saying, I thought I heard you call out Kima for being racist, and I said, I don't know, Rich. There's some rumors that you've been saying some, pretty racist things across social media too. So,
Mojo had stated that no one can say the N-word, and then I used the South Park joke and said, "Could you use that word?" And then I was kicked from the room. That was it.
Well, no, that's not what I was talking about, but I'm not even going to bring it up because I'm going to call the house group, sir. I don't want to be kicked out of the house. So, it's not even that important. It's all good. I don't want no smoke with you, sir. It's all good.
Let's start a riot.
You know, during the March 2020 BLM riots in Chicago, the Walgreens near me was broken into, and looters were running in and out and raiding that pharmacy. And, as a local leader, I grabbed my cell phone and stood there and filmed them looting the Walgreens. And I was absolutely appalled at how people, when the country's down on their luck with a global pandemic, scamdemic, they would break into a Walgreens to steal all kinds of products out of the pharmacy. Shameful.
Hey, John, you probably would have been involved in the vote with Tea Party, but who cares? We don't make sure.
Heckema, if I don't...
Walgreens wasn't available. If they got Walgreens, where did you get your herpes cream from that night?
Heckema, if I don't know shit, how much do you know?
Oh,
I know enough to know that shit.
I heard for you, man.
And by the way, Moose, I'm sorry to hear about your herpes infection, but it's definitely a projection.
Nah, you went to Eastern, right? Michigan.
No, I went to the very arts and liberal school, Columbia College in Chicago.
Okay, you're the wrong one then, sorry.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys on Clubhouse I'm discovering.
Well, they have to go. They're the only one. It confuses me. I have one. I love her. She's awesome. Then all the rest can go. Bye, Nye.
Please don't get the other guys confused with me, please, Lord.
Tell you what, Heckema, maybe this is something we can agree on. Do you know who Slappy...
I'm up to trigger it too, then.
I'm just saying, I'm talking about Slappy White. I don't know if you know who Slappy White is, but he's a famous comedian, and he too ran for Congress. Well, I thought we were going to go hang out on the boat tomorrow and have a cocktail.
So I just
drinking on the boat.
So I just read this poll, and I just want to say you hoes are disrespectful. Brother Hakima obviously should be at 100%. John, you just got here. Hakima has been around. Y'all are disloyal. That's why I'm saying.
Wow, look at this. I can't
Yeah,
believe
we
I'm
don't
losing in
know
the polls here.
What the hell is John? Isn't he just a character that showed up this week? How long have you been on the app?
5 glorious years of listening to the most interesting conversations.
Oh.
I didn't even see the poll. Wow. I'm winning in second round for now.
Yeah, I had to vote for Hakima just because we're from the same part of town. Kind of, sort of. We're both from the Shy, basically.
So I'm gonna.
John, I mean, I rocked with you, John, because I think you're funny as hell. But because of out of loyalty, I had to vote for Hakima. But John,
That's okay.
you would have gotten my vote. Christopher, I don't know Christopher. I know he's new to the room. I like that you stand. You stood on business with John. But yeah, Hakima, you got my vote, sir.
I refused to vote because there was no woman in there. So yeah.
I can change my vote. I'm
with that.
So misogynist, right, Hillary?
I'm saying.
I'm from Chicago. If I was on there, I would have just voted for me. So.
Right? Why was I on there? You got my vote, Nye.
Edmund, who is this white man in your PTR?
That's me. I'm standing in front of an American flag, an Israeli flag that has a Freemasonic apron, a keffiyeh, and a Hindu garb, and I'm holding a book called the Book of the Law, and I'm wearing a Donald Trump MAGA hat and a black golf shirt with a peppered out beard.
That's much thought went into that pose.
So, Edmund, why aren't you out there, like, reading or something? Like, why are you...
I'm going to Emerald Island tonight and the Serbian Fest to breed. What do you mean?
Okay, because you should have a woman. Like, it's important. The birth rate in the country has gotten low, so we need the whites to start reproducing.
I'm going to help you out with that tonight because the Serbian Fest has some of the most beautiful women in Chicago you've ever been.
Go knock on doors, start campaigning, and then maybe you'll meet a woman when you're knocking on doors. Maybe she'll run away from her husband.
Are you projecting again, Moose?
I'm running for office.
Did your wife leave you, Moose?
Wow. I'm sorry that happened to you. These people have no soul.
Sorry, man.
Thank you, mother. Thank you.
You know.
Wait, and I laughed. Did that really happen to you, Moose? Your spouse ran away with a...
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, you guys are awful. Jesus.
Mother, you're awful.
Don't ever share intimate things on this app, y'all. Red one.
I was going to say, don't step on this particular stage if you can't take that.
I'm crazy.
Mother, when was the last time a man broke your heart?
Oh, I usually do the break-in.
So you're a heartbreaker? You're not a heartbroken? I thought you're a heartbroken kind of guy.
That's not the kind of break-in I'm doing, but sure. Wait, I thought Mother was homosexual. So, no, but jokes aside, I actually have never been broken up with. I've always been the person who ends it. I don't know why that is. I just have never is Mother like another Adam?
Does that make you an alpha, Mother?
That sound like Adam's.
What does that mean, being an alpha?
No, you have like that gay sin, that gay flexion.
Stop hitting on my friend Mother, okay?
That's
Seriously.
that's homophobic, man, and that's bigotry, and that violates rule number 6.
I mean, I don't think that's accurate, but whatever.
So,
don't worry, Mother, we've got your back.
Mother, what's your last name? Superior.
Modern man, that's all it is. I was gonna say like there are certain straight men on the staff that have like that thing has a high pitch voice. You know, my name is baby. That's not that is.
Do it again.
Please don't. I can't. It's like the high pitch.
So, this is a question for Christopher, Moose, and Mother. Who do you think is the most liberal out of the three of you?
Christopher, Chris, and Mother? I don't know Chris.
Chris, Mother, and Moose. Who do you think is the bigger liberal out of the three?
Moose. I'm actually not that liberal, to be honest. I consider myself moderate right.
Moderate right. Moderate right.
He's only liberal when he's breaking up with some.
If I wasn't a faggot, I'm pretty sure I'd be a full-blown, but like far left Republican. But
the homosexuality pulls me towards the center a little bit.
So wait, Moose, are you gay?
Pun intended.
Moose, do you think you're more liberal than Christopher?
Well, my attorney has advised me not to answer that.
Christopher,
I don't really know Christopher super well. So Christopher, what is Christopher's like positions? Like, is he on the far left?
he's a far left anarchist.
I mean, I'm not, but okay.
Well, what are
He
you?
sound like a patriot to me.
What are you, Christopher?
I mean, everybody tries to describe my politics and nobody can plant it, so I don't really.
Okay, let's go down the list. All right, how do you feel about abortion?
I guess libertarian.
How do you feel about immigration? Let's go to the big five: immigration, abortion, taxes, Trump. Big four. I'm missing one.
You can't pin down Christopher. He can't get
All right,
pinned down.
I'll answer my own questions, right? I believe in strict borders and I'm pro mass deportations. I fucking hate Donald Trump. I think he's a racist piece of shit. Taxes, I believe in low taxes. What was the other one I asked about? Oh, abortion. No, I don't give a fuck. Killing babies. That's not my problem. You do what you want with your body.
Do you think instead of discarding the baby parts and storing them in oil barrels or burying them, that they should be fed to alligators, and so we don't waste any of the baby parts as nutritional supplements?
Okay, that was a little bit graphic how I explained it. But like, here's my view. I'm anti-abortion, but it's not really my main issue because I'm a fag, right? I don't want to have this problem. I'm not going to get an abortion. I'm not going to get a woman pregnant. Nothing. It's not really my number one voting topic, so that's how it's better to describe it.
Wait, Congressman, aren't they already using the discarded baby parts in stem cell research and adrenochrome?
No, according to Grok, they are not selling baby parts, and those Project Veritas videos are all doctored and fake news, according to AI chatbots.
Wait, Chris, now it's your turn. What are your views?
It's too simple.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we rest our case that Chris here has failed to deliver on his promises. Can't even give you a basic explanation of his fundamental principles. Who here thinks that borrowing and spending more is a good idea? Who thinks increasing property taxes and income taxes is a good idea?
Not many here, but the president, the U.S. Senate, and the Congress all agree.
And you can't, the which party is worse with the budget argument falls flat because both of them suck for the most part. And honestly, Democrats tend to do better at the federal government level with deficits than Republicans do. Like, this fucking big beautiful bill is going to blow up the deficit by $4 trillion. Like, I don't know. We can't really be like, Democrats are financially irresponsible. We're about to blow up the deficit ourselves. I think it's a little silly.
Well, too bad Christopher left the room because I'm sure he could have educated us about the importance of flicking off cops and telling them to go fuck themselves.
That's America. That's the American way. Fuck them. They only have a job. Fuck them. They don't like it, find another job.
I'm just going to say, I do shout out to the Miami Police Department. They do an excellent job. I think they do great.
Well, look at
also, my friend was a cop in Chicago and he got shot 7 times in the doing, responding to a call on the south side. So cops generally have a soft place in my heart.
Exactly. People like Hekima, I can't believe that they would say things like that about these warriors of our society who are battling the criminal element, the ruthless gangs that are robbing, murdering, stealing, killing, distributing fentanyl, destroying our population.
Come visit Houston for 5 minutes. Seriously, it's like drive from one side of town to the other side of town and tell me if you still have any respect for police after that. I've always had respect for police until I moved to the city and needed the police and never there. Now, if you commit a crime and it's you, you'll always be there. No, I'm kidding. Like literally, you can do a drive-by or walk-by in the city, and like nobody cares. My car, I got carjacked. They were so irritated at me that I called the police and had them come down to do a report. I was carjacked at gunpoint, and they were so pissed off at me because I didn't go to the website. There's a goddamn website because there is so much carjacking that they don't even want to deal with it. It's like just fill out a piece of paper on the web. That's it. That's all I gotta do.
So I had called complaint against my neighbor, and the police department sent 2 officers to knock on their doors. Like, I don't know if maybe Miami police was doing any of that with Frank's Act, but they actually do a pretty decent job.
The most important shit is when regular citizens get shot, they gonna go through the motion. When the police get shot, they shut down the fucking city. They say this motherfucker's life means more than everybody else. Like you got shot in Atlanta. I don't agree with it, but it's part of your job. I mean,
Part of your job.
They should get the same energies that every fucking body gets shot. If you want to shut down the fucking city for the police, shut it down like anybody else.
If you don't agree with Heckema, change your vote now to John Kitover, your favorite person from Chicago on Clownhouse. If you don't agree with fuck the police, murder the police, it's part of your job, fuck them. Vote for John now. Who here is going to vote for anarchist Heckema versus Republican John Kitover?
I might have to change my vote, bro.
It's too late. Okay, you can't change it once you vote.
Hey, go with your heart, man. Go with your heart.
John, look at the silver lining. You only got 32% of the vote, but that's 32% more than you'd get in the congressional run. Oh, look at that, 38.
You know, if you are a prophet or you can predict the future, I'm praying to Hashem Rabbana Shalom right now, this beautiful Shavua Tov, that we can reverse the spell you just cast with a victory. An anarchist who'd like to see the police shot and unfunded and disbanded.
Don't twist his words. He doesn't say anything.
Heckema, should we fund the police with more money or should we defund the police? All right, well, that's a smart answer. So, do you think spending, $10,000 a year on the average Medicare, Medicaid recipient, do you think that person receiving that money from the federal government in the form of doctor services, hospital services, do you think they might want to opt out and say, you know what, just send me the money, $10,000 a year? I'll take the $10K versus getting the Medicare, Medicaid. How many people on the rolls of Medicare, Medicaid do you think would opt out and just ask for the check?
I mean, so medical expenses, everyone pretty much knows that they basically pile up at the last 10 to 15 years of your life. So without looking at the data, I would assume that these are elderly people who are getting most of these payouts that you're talking about, that it's distorting the number. You're not expecting 30-year-olds to be getting these type of payments unless something is medically wrong with them, which is not likely compared to an older population. So I don't know what they're getting these payments for, but if it's healthcare related.
No, I'm saying Medicare, Medicaid at $2 trillion a year. That if at $10,000 per person, people would opt out and just rather have the fucking have a check instead of saying I get to go to the hospital to see my doctor. A lot of people would rather just have the money.
I don't know. Maybe not people with chronic illness. 10,000 could go pretty fast, and then you're still stuck with medical bills.
I think you'd be surprised. I mean, it's a real survey question.
Maybe.
I mean, $10,000 doesn't go as far as it used to. It really can go relatively quickly. I agree with NY. That's 4 or 5 doctor's visits a year. You're around a couple thousand already.
Well, new payers would definitely want to opt out.
59% of Americans can't afford $1,000.
There you go. So probably half the people on Medicare, Medicaid would rather to stop receive services from the state, and they would rather just get the check direct from the federal government. I'm just saying it's wealth redistribution, but it's not to you. It's to your doctor or your local health insurance provider or the hospital group or big pharma. A lot of people would rather have that federal funding sent to them directly. Is there an opt-out button here?
You can essentially have that argument for everything. People would want to opt out of the military, opt out of sending weapons to Israel, opt out of that's not how the federal government budget works,
Well, they're getting rid of Social Security. Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary and head of the IRS, they've already allowed, and they are forcing newborn children to get involved in the S&P 500 through an index share purchased on behalf of the federal government for your new baby. And guess what? That's the back door to getting them out of the vicious cycle of the scam Ponzi scheme known as Social Security.
Nobody trusts the federal government to appropriately control these funds that they're supposed to be setting aside. Isn't that how we got into the same fucking problem right now? We expect the federal government is magically going to become fiscally responsible with this new program that they're rolling out. They're going to use that money as a piggy bank at some point down the road, whenever the fuck they need it.
You know how crazy it is? Somebody said, what was it, 51 or 59%? He said Americans have $1,000 less.
59. I think he said 59.
Forbes has it 28%, 70% in other studies. There's another study that has 57%, and another one has 21%, and another has 59%. Like, there's 40%. We're just all over the list.
Are those numbers medical emergency or emergency in general?
Just emergency $1,000 fund. And savings, all of them. Yeah, I asked how many Americans have $1,000 in savings. So 21 to 70%.
Well, Cardinal Health, Aetna, Blue Cross, Blue Shield, United Healthcare, they got a profit margin to maintain, and they're the middleman coming in between you and exceptional quality and care at your local medical family practitioner's office. Let me ask the room a question. Do you think a physical therapist can provide better health outcomes or a vaccinologist pediatrician?
I say we all pray about it and then it'll all go away.
You want to pray the vax away?
I want to pray it all away. Everything, all of it. I hear that's how it works.
Who here experienced incredible health benefits from getting the COVID-19 vaccine and boosters?
I guarantee you took the shot.
I never took any of those fucking shots. I've never had a flu shot in my life. Not as an adult, maybe as a kid with my parents.
Yeah, I didn't take the shots. You just got out.
Why the fuck would I take a flu shot? I get sick once every 3 years, and I get them all fucking cold.
Listen.
So I got multiple shots, and I'm still
like polio. Yeah.
You know, mother. You know.
I didn't. We were not talking about polio. We're talking about flu.
Do you know why they did the flu? Why they did the COVID-19 vaccine cards on paper? I figured this one out the other day. My friend forged my COVID-19 paperwork so I could get into Wrigley Field to see a Cubs game or to see a concert. Do you know why they put it on paper as opposed to creating an actual digital database?
Why?
Because they didn't want tracking because of all the adverse effects. That would actually give you the data.
The government made the vaccine manufacturers exempt. That logic doesn't make any sense.
It does make sense. Imagine if they were able to do what's called statistics. I'm sure some of you took a statistics class in college to figure out standard deviation. I'm pretty sure if there were adverse effects and you actually had a large data set, it could be what they call helpful in figuring out whether or not the clot shot was a positive health benefit or what's called a negative health benefit.
It doesn't matter whether it was positive or negative. They're not going to get sued because they're protected by the federal government. They've had some legislation about it.
I'm just saying, inquiring minds like big data. Maybe you've heard of data sciences. It's supposedly pretty important, like forensic accounting, to figure out where all the waste, fraud, and abuse is.
That's not really what you use forensic accounting for, but that's fine. Usually government entities have a pretty straightforward annual budgetary process. It's usually publicized to the public. You don't really need a forensic accountant to do that. But anyway.
support Trump. People created.
It's George Bush. I saw the leaked documents about how Operation Warp Speed was actually developed under the Bush administration. Uh-oh, it's another. The police are here.
But Trump is taking credit. So like forget all the.
Oh, I know. I saw that. People are very upset about what he said.
So how do you support Trump and he's taking credit for creating the vaccine? I'm
Well, how do you support Bill Gates? How do you support Fauci? How do you support any of these people?
I don't support none of them. Not one of them.
Well, I say arrest Fauci and arrest Bill Gates and arrest Mark Zuckerberg.
You supported Biden and Harris, and they both fucking support fucking Fauci.
I didn't vote for Biden. What are you talking about?
You love fucking Harris and Biden.
I wouldn't dare vote for Biden. If Biden
You like Harris, and Harris is come from the same cloth.
Biden would have stayed on the ticket. I would have voted for probably Norm. They're normal stuff. But I wouldn't have voted for Biden.
Yo, Hakaba, what do you think were the greatest three things about the fucking, what's the dumb bitch, man, I just said her name, fuck, Trump Harris.
I have nothing. I won't answer that question, but you call me out the name like that for no reason.
What, that Harris is the dumb fuck?
Donald Trump is the dumb bitch you want to talk about. Not common.
Another classic example of projection by Hakima. I wanted to point out that somebody in the chat wrote, John Kitover has dozens of phones and has them recording a lot of clown house rooms like a weirdo. Go to youtube.com/John Kitover.
And first off, it's not dozens. He's got at least 30. Okay, give him credit where credit is due.
He has 50.
50, easy.
I'm saying.
Yeah, Edmund is the prime example of becoming desensitized to crazy on this app. Because I remember everybody used to give a hoopla about it. Now I'm like, nobody gives a fuck. Whatever he wants to stream to YouTube, what? I don't give a fuck.
I'm normalizing my behavior by normalizing my
But
behavior.
it does. I do think you're unstable because it's fucking weird. But I mean, I just don't care enough to make it.
Are you serious? Unstable? Do you know how consistent I am at doing this? This is a lot of work, and no one else is doing this valuable research and service. I am literally giving you the best of Clown House. I'm giving you an inside look from my perspective from YouTube so you can find out all the content that you're missing out on here on this dopamine addict app known as Clown House.
You mean that you're aware podcast exists? Like, people know that podcast exists. Like, this is pretty much just like a ghetto version of a podcast on Spotify.
What I don't understand is...
Do you have an issue with him recording terrorist films like yours?
Well, before we go down that route, what I don't understand is if I literally just record what I'm doing on Clown House, which is having a conversation with you or listening to you have a conversation, why is that any different than even being on Clown House? It's the same stupid shit. That's what my point is. I'm just recording the same stupid shit that you're talking about. It's totally a waste of time. I agree with you.
They're literally recording it with their minds, through their hearing.
It's just people object because they don't want this living on other platforms. But, I don't understand why you want this, waste of time to be in your life to begin with. So I consider myself a psychological researcher into, human behavior and human thought processes.
Oh, evolution slim.
Well, I think you're a wild character. I mean, I've described you in this room previously as a cross between Rain Man and a Black Mirror episode. I don't know, for some odd reason, I'm a fan of John. I think you're insane. But I also think you are quite possibly a mad genius because of this social experiment you're conducting that we're all willingly or unwillingly, knowingly or unknowingly a part of. I almost feel honored to be slightly...
Well, you might want to consider changing that vote. Go ahead, NY. You can change that vote to John K. from Hekima. No, I do not, Hekima. I do not say the N-word. I literally say N-word, but never the N-word. Come on now.
Yeah, he never uses the N-word. I've never heard John.
You are full of shit, Hekima. You are full of shit.
You're a fucking liar, Hakema.
Liar, pants on fire.
You're doing the fucking Adam shit where you just lie trying to fucking discredit somebody.
Yeah, I never lied over that.
Listen, Hakema, do you even use...
This is the equivalent of Adam saying, "Oh, this motherfucker was in my back channel trying to get at my booty hole and clap my cheeks." Like, and nobody fucking believes it.
Hakema, I don't even use profanity.
I've heard John say the N-word like 100 times.
I very rarely use profanity.
One time.
Very rarely do I use profanity.
Not too much on Adam.
I bet Mojo heard it before. I bet
Mojo, have you ever heard me say the N-word?
Roger, have you ever heard him say the N-word? Roger Smith.
Nope, and you haven't. No, I will give $100,000 to anyone here who can produce a video of me saying the N-word.
Wait, don't you have all your fucking audio already recorded?
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. I live stream myself on the internet all day long. So maybe if you want to go back and try to find the N-word moment, maybe you could be right. But I don't think you're right. But you might have to go back 100,000 hours to find out the truth.
That's really easy. All you got to do is cut and paste the links into Notebook LM, and then put the keyword that you're searching for, and it'll come back and it'll tell you if it's there or not.
I'm willing to bet.
I love that Christy in the chat room. Christy, I'm laughing so hard over here. Christy wrote, "This app has to be in the late stages of dying."
We're the
biggest zombie at this point. It has been killed, it has been stomped, it has been resuscitated and brought back, killed again, and now it's just looking for brains, unfortunately.
All right. I want to pose a question to the room. Everybody that's in the room. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard John Kitover say the actual N-word, not just N-word, and put a 2 in the chat if you say that he's never said it.
Now again, the real N-word.
Had they never said it, I could say that I've never heard him say it, but I can't say if he's never said it his entire existence.
Exactly.
No, we're just talking about on the app. We're saying on the app.
I have a feeling you probably said it simply because wasn't it like a couple days ago or a week ago you were complaining about DEI and some epiphany you had working with black women and you had a.
Hey, ask JB tomorrow. In the room with JB. He heard it.
You are so full of shit, Hakema.
JB, hold on. Hakema, you're violating the rules. You're bringing in drama from other rooms. Yes, you did. You said to bring in JB from another room. Hey, I'm not a moderator.
Well, listen, I do live stream myself.
Trying to bring forth drama from another room.
Hakema, I live stream myself.
Violation of the rule.
Hakema, the fact that I live stream everything I say in here on this app, there is no way that I'm going to sit here and use the hard R N-word. It's just a fact, Hakema.
So what about with the A? You never said with the A?
Saying axe all the time? That's not saying the N-word.
Okay. Thank you for admitting that you said it.
No, I never said it, and I don't say it. And I will repeat for you. I live stream everything I say and everything I hear on here. If you think I said a hard R N-word, I encourage you to go back through all my videos and try to find somewhere where I say hard RN. I never do. And again, I live stream everything I say here.
How to look for it.
I wouldn't dare go through a video.
Well, then you're making a baseless accusation that I used the hard R N-word. It's just not true.
Hillary has already explained how to actually search and find it really quickly.
I get no satisfaction, nor do I like hearing people use the hard R N-word on here and use profanity and vulgarity, because I do record a lot of stuff, and I'd like the recordings that I make to be a little more professional than people who want to use vulgarity, racism, and profanity. It's outrageous, and it's low IQ.
I think the worst word I've ever heard John say is "this is fucking clown house." Where's fucking crazy?
He literally is saying it without the ER, with the A. He literally saying it with the A.
No, not
But
really.
he doesn't
No.
even use it as a pejorative towards somebody. He's just saying the clown house is fucking crazy.
Okay. I ain't got a clown. I'm got
No, it does not give me dopamine shock jock value to say the soft A or the hard R, but I have made many jokes about the N-word being a word you cannot use.
You know, it was so prevalent, John, Hakeem would just call Mike and he'd be like, oh, well, there was this one situation. He would, like, explain when you actually said it, but he can't.
No, I think Hekima is projecting here, and he uses the N-word all the time. How many times a year do you think you use the N-word, Hekima?
0.
Really? I've heard you use the N-word many times.
No, you never heard that.
I have. I have you on recording using the N-word all the time. Okay, please hold. Okay, May 17th, 2025, you used the hard R N-word 6 times in less than 3 minutes. June 17th, 2025, you used the hard R N-word 18 times in less than 6 minutes. And you used the soft ah version of the N-word variant 7 times. July 4th, 2025, on Independence Day, you used the hard R N-word. You see, Hekima, we can both play that game, but I got the records. I got Motown now, and the Clubhouse soundtrack records are mine. You can't claim copyright ownership of these beautiful babies. This Clown House record is going super platinum, gold, and silver. Thank you, Dr. Hekima.
Somebody in the chat said this is a racist room. Actually, it's not. We're just fun.
Yeah, Jazzy.
We make fun of a certain race, the human race, constantly.
Jazzy is the most racist person on this app.
We're definitely 2 races on the stage right now.
You're projecting.
How I believe that one race is superior of another race. I mean, maybe you're using this fucking liberal progressive, version where you're like, oh, white people, black people can't be racist because they don't hold power in society. I mean, maybe you're using that to, like, define us as racist. But, like, the ideal of the classical definition is one person believes that a race is superior and another race is inferior. I can attest that I don't think John or I, either of us, fucking believe.
Well, Hekima, is it?
Okay, so let me ask something. So if you call black people, if you're not black, and you call a black person any variation of the N-word, whether it's the ER,
no, that's not racist.
Is that racist?
No, I just told you the classical definition that a person would have to believe that one race is superior and or inferior.
Okay, well, never mind the classical definition. What about the Clubhouse definition?
Oh, I don't believe in the Clubhouse or the liberal progressive. All black people don't hold power, so they can't be racist. All that kind of shit.
Nah, like, even if you
hold on. You guys can all go into the Chillism room and listen to fucking Lion's Eye talking about how blacks, what she calls her Hebrew Israelite, are superior in every which way, and then white people are demons and dogs. Oh, okay, sorry. Hakima's right because he did the same thing, and I'm guilty of it. There are people on this app who do that. That's what I should have said.
Hakima.
And those people who are black who do that are racist because they believe that whites are inferior.
Hakima, let me ask you this question. When the mayor of Chicago said that in 1997, a heat wave that killed 700 people in Chicago, he claims that that is a racist event, that white structural racism and supremacy is responsible for a heat wave. Do you think that type of rhetoric is actually reverse racism?
I would have to have more context of what he said. I don't think he just made it up.
Well, he says that housing in Chicago doesn't have central air, so you have to have a window unit like I do in my shitty asshole apartment. So what I'm asking is, when he claims that white people and white supremacy is guilty for a heat wave killing 700 people in 1997, to me that stinks of bigotry and reverse racism and politicking.
When Trump said on TV the other day that Soleimani was responsible for 92% of the deaths and injury in Iraq, so I guess politicians laugh.
Well, how do you know what Soleimani did?
Everybody how to build fucking IEDs. The majority of deaths in Iraq were due to IEDs. What are you talking about?
Well, I asked Grok how many people.
If I teach everybody on the stage how to build an IED and you go use it, then I would be responsible for that.
Well, how do you?
Yeah, if you have no idea how to build an IED and I set you down and train you how to build an IED, and you build 1,000 IEDs and blow up fucking U.S. soldiers, then I'm responsible. I'm saying I'm
They're creating with 500 deaths. 500 deaths.
Yeah, because he trained dozens, if not hundreds, of fucking people to build IEDs.
So wait, do you think Trump killed Soleimani because he's a racist?
Who said that?
Well, we're talking about racism here, and you're bringing up how Trump assassinated Soleimani in a rocket strike because he's responsible for all these IE deaths in Afghanistan.
I said nothing about his death. I brought up how politicians lie. What I brought.
It wasn't a lie.
It was.
Well, did Obama lie when he said they dumped the body of Bin Laden off the back of an aircraft carrier into the ocean? Is Obama a liar?
John, do you think if out of Hitler you'd have trained the Third Reich and all the military and shit like that, it ran and orchestrated the entire fucking Nazi party? Do you think he's responsible for the death of 77 million people globally? Or do you think it's just every individual is responsible for those individual deaths? No, it's the person who fucking led them into fucking battle.
Well, it's millions of Germans are responsible for the Holocaust.
Yeah, Soleimani trains fucking people how to build IEDs, and you're like, oh, he's not responsible for the deaths. When they then turn around and use IEDs to blow up fucking.
Well, I don't know what Soleimani did and didn't do with regards to those IEDs.
He's one of the greatest fucking IED builders that trained fucking tons of people how to build IEDs. That's his like.
Okay, is an IED like a landmine? I'm trying to follow the conversation.
Improvised explosive device.
Okay, thank you.
Well, Heckema is bringing up a far right.
I think Hillary thought that it was one of those implantable.
I started to do percentages prevention type thing. I was like, ooh, what's that?
No, it's pipe bombs. Pretty much it is.
Well, let's just confirm this quickly. Hakima, what would be the number amount for every ADOS in the country in order to settle the restitution or the payback? What is it called again? Reparations. What's your number? Is it 1 million, 10 million, quadrillion? Like, what's your real, go-to number here?
Wait. It's a debt that's a debt.
I'm only answering. Okay, Roger, I just want to say I'm only answering Trump because Trump gets lumped in with Israel racism and COVID. So I think we should all vote Trump.
Wait there, buddy.
No, default.
Sorry, I was driving.
No, you're good. Yeah, what is the most popular clubhouse topic? Racism in Israel.
Yeah, everyone please respond to the poll. If you can't see the poll, you probably don't have the latest update of Clubhouse. So you can go update the app, and then you can see the poll, and then you can more fully participate.
You know why racism is the number one topic is because it is the absolute opposite of transcendence or higher level consciousness. Thus, racism is the lowest hanging fruit on the totem pole to play the communication game with.
Damn, I agree with you.
It's basically because it's opposites. Transcendence is like the spirit, and race is an animalistic consciousness.
I'm saying you should come on.
Because the brain is pink, right? I mean, like everybody's brain color is the same, but the exterior features just don't have the same color.
Yes, but mine is all nice and smooth. See, I work it out to make sure that I've got no wrinkles in it. I do it by coming on Clubhouse. That's how I make my brain wrinkle free.
Really? It's like taking a smash hammer to a brain.
Mine is smooth and virginal.
Yeah, we don't need none of that gray, wrinkly stuff.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I have a question. So if I say fighting Asians, does that mean that I hate Filipinos?
Wait, if you said what?
Fighting Asians. Like Vietnamese, Thai, Cambodian, Laotians, all these different groups that are considered fighting Asians. Does that mean that you hate those people?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't.
Oh, cool.
I don't know what. If you're saying fighting as a fight to fight,
Yeah, fighting. Like fight. You have math Asians and fighting Asians. No, you have math Asians, which are Chinese, Taiwanese, Koreans, Japanese, people from Hong Kong, Singapore. Those are math Asians.
So wait, is this traditionally a derogatory term? Like the N-word?
I don't know if it's derogatory. I mean, most Asians would agree with it.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's mostly a way the comedians ask people within the Asian community when they spot somebody in the crowd. They're like, wait a minute, are you math Asian or fighting Asian? They're like, oh, I'm fighting Asian. Which means like Latino or Thai or.
Well, listen, if the culture of the community is not offended, then I suppose I have no dog in the fight. I won't try to co-check you if you refer to an Asian as this term. If they don't care,
What if part of the community is offended by a term?
Why are we worried about hypotheticals?
No, it's literal.
I mean, listen, part of the black community doesn't like the term N-word, but I don't lose sleep over it,
Yeah, but there's a lot of black people who are like, yeah, we're against the power. Like KP, Sig.
Yeah, some black people feel that way, and some black people have a fuck around and find out kind of attitude when it comes to that word. Some people, they have a brush the dirt off your shoulders kind of attitude. Some don't care, so, I mean, I guess it really comes down to the individual, because as I'm sure you know, black people don't all think the same. And
yeah, they're not a monolith, yeah.
Exactly. So it's just really individual. I guess it becomes a problem specifically on this app when you think certain people are cool. If you see them in black spaces and rocking with black people and chilling with black people, but then when they're not around black people and they go into other rooms, then their true side comes out. Then they're
you mean Bima?
Black people, et cetera. I don't know about Bima. Consistent.
The problem is, like...
Wait, I have a question. Am I consistent in my views, in my words, and opinions?
Even just talking.
The problem is when people would say something like that, or something, not necessarily that word, but other hateful things, they wouldn't say in real life. That's
God, you always fucking say that.
Can I finish? That's the main problem right there when the person came. When they're cowards, they would have had a microphone on the app and say hateful shit that they wouldn't dare say that me or nobody else in public. Not because they're scared, but that's out of general respect. That humans don't act like that. Now you're subhuman if you want to run around speaking hateful words, then go for it. Fuck around and find out.
You always make this lame ass fucking attempt at an argument. Like, you're in front of me right now. You wouldn't say it. No, fuck, I'd choke the fucking life out of somebody if they fucking tried me.
Okay,
I'm not saying you, so it's not a threat of violence.
I'm not worried. It's not you saying that's a threat.
No, I'm not violating the rules, I'm saying.
Yeah, don't violate the rules, y'all. Don't speak over to Hakima. That's one of the rules. Let Hakima speak. I don't know what rule that is, but
that's rule number 1.01.
Yeah.
So Hakima, who do you think the biggest purveyors of racial identity politics are?
White women.
The Republican Party and MAGA.
You don't think it's the Al Sharptons of the world?
No, definitely not, because they only react to different things. Like you don't hear how saying anything. Let's say, speaking
what they called?
Basically, Republicans. Can I finish? May I finish? Like, when you see Republicans, the MAGA running around acting like this is what happened in their life. They bring up race and DEI about every issue. They make everything about race. But they want to act like it's the other side, which is really them that's really bringing it up every second of every day.
Well, you know what's interesting?
Wait, hold on. Is that Monica? Wait, is that Monica? Scarlett, is that Monica?
Yeah, it's Monica. Yeah.
The name of the room.
Wait, just wait. Wait, this is Roger's white queen. I have to moderate her. Okay.
You know, Roger
Queen, you
is
are
in
here.
here,
You
but
arrived.
I just gotta say, Scarlett's voice, even though it's not the name Monica, is so pleasant and wonderful to hear. That like it just warms my heart to hear such a beautiful person's beautiful voice on this app. But I did want to say something about Pete Buttigieg. He's actually what you call an LGBTQ DEI, because don't forget, it's not just about black women and black men and Hispanics and Asians. It's about homosexuals getting preferential job placement because they enjoy anal play or oral play with the same sex. Does that sound to you like a DEI disqualifier in the new Trump administration?
Well, anal and then oral.
I am so glad I decided to keep the phone on while I'm in the middle of the freaking store, John.
Butt sex, butt fucking.
I mean, Hakima, you don't think people should get appointments in the... Oh, he left.
So y'all ran out the last black man on the app. God damn it, guys. Well, it looks like we have a brown man at the bottom. Hussein, would you care to chime in? Disrupt some white male energy. I'm just
me or NY. I'm half black, half white, half Arab, so I like quarter white girl.
No! How is the people that are half black? Welcome to the stage.
Wait, is Arab Caucasian?
Hold on, John. Listen, what part of Arab are you? Like, where are you from?
I'm a quarter Arab from Yemen.
Oh, okay, cool. I was just making, because it just really frustrates me when I hear people say they're Arab and they're like, I'm Jordanian.
Wait, are you white? Are you white?
I'm not, but people from like Iraq and Syria will be like, I'm Arab.
Hussein, you know, you claim
the Arabian Peninsula.
that you're white. Is Arab white? Like according to the U.S. Census or college application?
I said quarter. So
a quarter white. What is white though? Like that's Arab?
No, that's half. The other quarter was.
Well, no, he's asking like your white
Italian,
like British.
Oh, Italian. You're Italian.
It's not even considered white though. Like all of them.
The only reason I was asking is because Northern Africans are technically considered Caucasian, I believe.
Arabs?
Yeah.
No, for college applications in the census, if you are a North African.
East African.
Yeah, because to be Caucasian, you have to be from the Caucasus Mountains.
I'm excited. Her mother was Italian from Napoli.
Yeah, like Haga.
Well, that's interesting, because my mother, like her father, her grandfather, like the mother's side and the grandfather's side, he was a Jewish grandfather that had a Jewish grandmother and the grandfather was a grandfather.
You had a question. You want to ask me a question, so go ahead. What was your question?
No, I was actually just opening up the stage for you, sir, in case you had anything to say. The mic is yours. Go ahead.
Yeah, nice mulatto too.
I just gave it a rule like 15 minutes ago.
Wait, I'm sorry. Rich is messy. What'd you say, Rich?
I said nice mulatto as well.
Okay, this is a question I have from
Sorry.
No, when someone else defines or describes you, do you get annoyed or irritated?
Oh,
I find myself when people speak for me or describe me without my permission. I'm like, you don't. Well.
Say, oh boy, no.
Oh, John is here. Hi, John.
Hey Sauda, كيف حالك حبيبتي?
How are you?
I'm good. Are these racist, ignorant, N-word using pederast and Tourette syndrome sufferers here keeping you company, beautiful?
Mr. Anderson is.
Well, they're sounding up now because all of it over there.
You're pedophobic.
I would suggest you adjust your tone.
Rabbi, there was a whole room about you yesterday. Dr. Mojo the Positive Vibration, he was roasting you. He was claiming that you're one of the dumbest people on the
I
app.
was defending Rabbi.
Yeah, Lou Jizz was really defending you.
I don't even know who Mojo is.
I know, it doesn't matter. Yeah, nobody cares.
People I don't even know. I don't
What's up, Sada?
Were you streaming that?
Yeah, I stream. You could go and find it. Yeah, you could watch it.
Which one is it on?
Good luck. Just find it if you can.
This nigger doesn't even know. Who the hell is it? It's Roger Cuckold. Oh, Roger Cuckold. He's still obsessed with me. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, he wrote. That's a big run.
That's so wild.
I said that you actually may have. I said that you may have more in common with him than you think because your opinions on Islam probably align with his.
He's a pro-Israel Zionist guy. He's pedophobic. I'm not interested at all.
Okay, let's not laugh.
That's right.
David, how many martinis have you had so far tonight?
No, he drinks box wine.
Really? You drink box wine, David?
Hey, it's better than Miller High Life with orange juice.
I'm using grapefruit juice too now.
Oh, grapefruit's moving up in the world. These grapefruit juice.
It's really a refreshing little drink.
Plus, what does Roger know about Islam? The nigger he doesn't even know how to go.
That's a good question. Like, shit.
T-Robs, have you ever drinking the Irish whiskey called Tullamadu?
Child.
So how are you guys?
You know, it's funny. Actually, make a joke.
Good joke, David. Take the pacifier out of your mouth.
It's actually not funny, but go ahead, sorry.
I find it to be such a waste of time, respectfully.
I agree with you, respectfully. I agree with Robot.
I don't do it big.
We don't do it big,
Amazing.
Be Officer Goofy from Scary Movie. Oh, child. Fucking faggot.
So,
Rabbi, why don't you ping Rico?
Rabbi, are you excited that Benjamin Netanyahu is going to take all of Gaza and destroy Hamas?
Yeah, I'm very excited.
He should also not
gonna make us any money.
He doesn't have a comment.
I think he will make us a lot of money. I always trusted Bibi, and he never failed me personally. I don't know why, No, I trust him. Trust in Bibi? Yeah, I trust Benjamin Netanyahu.
Trust in Bibi. Trust in Bibi.
Yeah, trust no Hebrew, nigga. Yeah,
Trust Bibi. Trust Bibi. Trust Bibi. So there's going to be no more Palestinian Authority. There's going to be no more Hamas, no more Islamic Jihad. They're all going to get destroyed in one huge pincer movement.
How'd that work out for the vehicle?
You don't answer that question.
I don't know.
They should have just gave back the hostages.
Should have just given back the hostages.
That is true. Lou, for the record.
Should have given back hostages. Fuck the hostages, nigga. Whoa.
Wow. That's extreme. That's extreme
I don't know
hate
why all the
speech.
people in Gaza didn't just, why they didn't just go be with the hostages. I would put myself right near the hostages. These are the only people that are getting killed.
Okay, hold on.
These are the only people that are getting fucking killed over there.
Okay, Lou, what's all...
Self-competitive thing. You know, when people play golf, you're not competing. It's you're challenging yourself over and over and over. And I think they're mentally, and this is deep, but like people may think you not understand what I'm trying to say, but.
Just to have this conversation is a little bit like, well, English is not my first language because I'm from Sweden, and I live in Sweden, and I'm talking from Sweden right now.
Okay, don't say that.
But David, that's what this whole thing is about getting a hostage.
I'm not gonna answer that question, but you should have answered that.
Respectfully, yeah, respectfully.
Okay, Lou, you can apologize if you want to apologize. I mean, I would.
Respectfully, Lou, now.
It's not funny. It's not funny.
Lou, that was a type of
It's not funny. For the record, it's not funny.
That's right. Yeah, for the record, Lou, I think now is the time to apologize.
How would I apologize? You know how much money I make?
Okay, don't yell. Please.
But I was earnings per child last week.
Okay, calm down.
It doesn't matter how many babies died. It doesn't matter. Fuck it.
Yes, earnings per child is more important than how I. My God.
Yes, all the children. And the Jews, the nigger. Yes, all the children.
That's not that profitable.
Okay, Lou, for the record.
For your mama. I'll Hitler again.
Okay, that's not me.
For your daddy. For your daddy. And nobody cares.
I'm not gonna answer that question.
My messing and fucking in behind. I'm wasting time talking about children like that. Ain't nobody cares about nigga. Ain't nobody cares. Like you're crying about a Holocaust that's never happened in order to do a Holocaust that is happening, which I still don't care about nigga.
Thousands.
For the record, the Holocaust didn't happen for the
At least a 1,000 lives.
It says that they are the same people that I get to decide right now that I care about. Believe that me. You have to guys miss.
I would say, like, well, one of the
Rebels said, can you buy these niggers self-awareness from people, please? No, how they express. These niggers, they need self-awareness.
I just drove by, I've never seen this, the two Jews, but one of them had like a,
racist. He can't say
Nobody cares, nigga.
No, one of them had like a fur,
that's Semitic, so you can't say that.
Who cares? Anti-Semitic.
No, I've never seen that. I've seen them wearing
Okay, next.
Nigga, I like my ass. I like my ass with the Gazans and the Jews. Nigga, fuck all the That's right. Gaza, fuck every victim of the Holocaust, fuck all the maggots.
Okay, first of all,
I will shit on all these fucking.
Okay, first of all, it's not nice.
And nobody cares. You see how gay it's boring. Nobody cares, nigga.
I will say, with all due respect, it doesn't. It scares.
Oh, child. It's absurd. It actually is absurd.
Well, I'm really enjoying this conversation as usual. This high-level academic, intelligent discourse is exactly what I'm usually looking for on a Saturday night, and you're hitting all the nails on the head.
That's actually, it's not funny.
Oh, that is funny. It's hilarious.
Roger, there's like, I don't know what you reported, John, but there's like some incident that you reported that Roger used to be like completely against the idea of you reporting, and now because of I don't know, you reported something about some Muslims doing some shit. Now he's very pro John.
Okay,
and he uses the excuse that the app allows anonymous people. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, but
First of all, don't say the N-word.
the guy is retarded. You know that Roger is retarded.
Yeah, but I think you're actually way more retarded than he is.
I don't think he's retarded.
Okay, let's not use the R-word. Guys.
Respectfully.
And nothing wrong with that.
No, because like my friend doesn't like people using the R-word, so right now you can't even listen to Jews. Yes, he's Jewish, but that's not good.
David, are you drinking Merlot, Chardonnay, Pinot Noir? What are you drinking out of that wine box, David?
Obviously, you can use it any word you want, but
David, what's the point of having a big toy business and making all this money if you're chronically drunk all the time?
yeah, the docs.
It's true. It is my time. All right, I got to get going, everybody. Have a great night.
We'll see you later. Adios. I love jumping too. These are the best. Before we go, I'm the worst. I couldn't even be the best. I'm the worst simultaneously. I didn't say he was the best. I said we go. It's the best meal.
We've not enough before, maybe you had some, getting it up could be a problem. It could be anything. So I wouldn't cut her out completely. I'll just see what is the reason and hear her explanation. Because we all make mistakes, no?
Gotcha. Just my 2 cents on the whole Elon thing. I think if he really wants to start a third party, it's probably more like a 20 or 30-year project because what you're gonna have to, in my opinion, you're gonna really have to do is get ranked-based voting initiatives on ballots in states, or even at county and city levels, in order to show that this party, even though they didn't win the election, they got, I don't know, 20% of first ballot votes or something like that. That would I feel like that would be part of the sort of institutional change that would have to happen. I just don't see how that